Light Yagami versus L. This has always been one of the most controversial debates in the anime industry. Who is actually the most intelligent? And today, I've brought a video on this exact debate. A video that will 100% prove who was more intelligent between the two. I already know many people won't agree with me, but still, watch till the end. I'll be comparing Light and L on 7 different points, and after that, we'll reach a final verdict. 1. Raw intelligence. You remember Light's memory loss move, right? It's often called one of the greatest IQ moves in anime history, and honestly, that's true. But what people often forget is that even after Light's master plan, L still manages to figure out that there isn't just one Death Note in the world, but 2. This single scene alone shows where L truly stands in terms of raw intelligence. And not just that, from the very first move using Lindell Taylor, L was able to deduce that Kira was in Japan. That's not something an average mind can do. There isn't a massive IQ gap between Light and L, but L clearly has a slight edge. This point goes to L2. Strategic planning, long term. To be honest, this point clearly goes to Light. Anyone who has watched Death Note knows how far ahead Light thinks and how solid his long-term plans are. Finding out Ray Penba's name, killing him, using him to eliminate all the FBI agents, and then executing the memory loss strategy to confuse L's entire team. A plan that worked almost 90% successfully. All of this proves how insanely strong Light's planning was. L, on the other hand, usually avoided long-term planning and preferred reacting based on the current situation. This point goes to Light. 3. Psychological manipulation. In this category, Light was far better than L. Light knew exactly how to manipulate people based on their emotional state. Ray Penba's fiancée, Shinigami Rem, Misa Amani, his own family. He even manipulated his father till his final moments just so he would write Mello's name. L, on the other hand, was extremely emotionless. He relied more on logic than emotions, and because of that, he fell far behind Light in manipulation. This point goes to Light. 4. Deduction and observation. There's no doubt that Light understood perfectly how and when to act. He carefully observed every rule of the Death Note, and even manipulated the rules themselves. But if we talk about pure deduction and observation, L was clearly superior. From analyzing the killings, L deduced that the killer was in Japan. The killer had a connection to the police. The killer could be a student, and he suspected Light without any solid proof. That level of observation and logical deduction is unmatched. This point goes to L5. Risk assessment and decision-making. In this area, L is far better than Light. As I mentioned earlier, Light relied heavily on long-term planning. L, however, made decisions based on the present situation. Confusing Light, saving Matsuda, and even introducing himself directly to Light, despite knowing that Light could be Kira, shows incredible risk assessment. Light always tried to avoid risk. He never wanted to get trapped. This point goes to L6. Adaptability. There isn't a huge difference between them here, but L is slightly better. Light was committing killings while also working with the police on the Kira case, which is impressive. But L adapted himself more effectively, first using surveillance to corner Light, and then personally introducing himself, a massive turning point in the story. The difference isn't big, but still noticeable. This point goes to L. 7. Information control. In the Death Note series, L had very limited information. Light, on the other hand, had access to a huge amount of information, and he used it at an insane level. He accessed his father's computer, manipulated L using that data, and even used Shinigami Rem because of his superior information control. This point undoubtedly goes to Light. Final verdict. Our comparison is complete, and the winner is L. At the start, Light wanted to become the god of the new world. But after L entered the picture, Light's entire goal changed. He only wanted L's name. And if you've watched Death Note carefully, no one ever learned L's real name, except Watari. That's it. See you in the next video.